What is going on, everybody? I am super excited to be here tonight, 8 p.m. Just put the kids down. I am super stoked and excited about being here with you all today. Thank you so much. Welcome to the AMA. I see questions popping in, and I'll be happy to answer as we roll through here. I've got a bunch of emails that came in as well with a lot of questions that came in. I will go ahead and dig into, first off, it is playoff season. Playoff season's the end of the season as we're rolling into the colder snap. Hopefully everybody had an amazing season, but this is really where you're going to separate from your competition, is when people start to kind of get a little tired. People start to see the cold as a threat, of course, which it will slow down the business for sure. But if you have the opportunity to be able to still be out and work with this weather, it is such a phenomenal opportunity for you to get way ahead of your competition. And that's something that is an incredible opportunity for you to make a difference in your season. So you might have been hitting your goals, or you might have been a little bit short of your goals throughout the season, but as you're coming to a wrap here, now's the time. It's playoff season. Let's rock and roll. All right, we've already got questions coming in here. And thank you so much for taking the time to ask these questions too, guys. I'll do my very best to answer them. If for whatever reason I cannot answer them, do know that we will be answering every question that does come in. Feel free to click on the link that's going to be dropped in the chat here. Click that link and you'll be able to drop any questions that you might have and get in touch with me. And also, I'm happy to do a one-on-one with somebody who is going to be sending over any questions or information to us. And that time that I can spend with you hopefully will help give you the value you need to scale the business and continue to grow it. In regards to the first question, you're sick of all the hacks. Judd, I'm sick of all the hacks taking my work around here. Sick of all the hacks taking your work around in your location. I would first off ask a very important question, and one is, what are you doing to separate yourself from the people that are actually those hacks and or company that's a hack? So an example, a lot of people say, well, how am I going to win this business that my competition's underpricing me on? They're just running out doing this weekend warrior stuff, and it's just trying to undercut me on every angle. And what I say to you is this: is your branding extremely world-class? Is it powerful? Like black and yellow pavement is a great example. Look at that branding. The branding is an extremely powerful, bright thing. He's not shy to be, this is Alex Lucic, who's the president of Black and Yellow. He's not shy to be on Instagram on the forefront with his business page. He's not shy on being on Facebook. He's got YouTube up. He is literally branding everywhere. He's found everywhere. He's got a great website. The credibility is there. His guys wear branded shirts. They wear hats, and he has the trucks that are branded to a T. So what I would say is separate yourself from the competition. Are you professional, and do you present yourself professionally with professional marketing material, professional brand, or are you in that hack bracket, so to speak? And what I would strongly recommend is just reviewing how your setup is right now, and truly, are you checking off that checklist of all the things that allow you to separate from those hacks? What you'll find is that those hacks will no longer be hacks. They kind of fade away into the dark. Competition is something that you pay attention to, or you pay attention to your excellent branding and exposure and the way that you communicate to separate yourself from those people. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Another question is, why is our asphalt paint $190 a pail for regular dry? It's a great question. Right now, with paint shortages everywhere, we're not able to actually deal with manufacturers that are actually manufacturing the paint. We've had to go out and source paint to be able to supply to our customers from all over, meaning that we're having to buy from retailers in order to sell it. And of course, we do our best to help, but straight up, our margins are very slim. We don't work on very large margins, but we do our best to be able to supply people who are in need. So small retailers, we are picking up paint. We're able to actually consolidate that. That's shipping into another location. That consolidation takes and costs money and time. And then we have to go ahead and ship that back out. There's shipping involved with that as well. By the way, that paint price does include shipping as well, and shipping paint is not inexpensive at all. It's very costly. An example would be a container to ship across the Atlantic used to cost us about $6 grand. Well, as of last week, it's $32,000 to ship a container. So to give you an idea, the trickle effect is taking place right now. Inflation's happening everywhere. You're going to see it more and more so. If I were you, I would strongly recommend investing into things right now at the lower prices before you see that trickle effect take place and start increasing prices even more, because it will happen as you roll into the spring. On another question here, thank you for this. I want to know, can your tote system be converted to something we squeegee out of? I don't want to spray to start. Absolutely, 100%. You can take your spray tip right off of your spray gun. Actually, we have clients who have big air operated spray systems and they still do that. They'll go up the driveway and they'll take the tip off the gun, off the wand, and they'll keep the volume that's pushing down that hose right out the gun. It will be at a lower level. They'll lay the bead and then they'll brush the sealer and or squeegee it along the for the driveway, and that prevents you from having to spray it. You can do it by hand. So let me move on to another question here. We've got district manager had another asphalt company to do 7 stores, and they have not done it yet this year. Is it inappropriate to throw out a proposal? And if so, how do I price it? You know, it's a fantastic question. Here's the thing. If you have a goal, which is a financial goal that you're setting for your company, yes, go after sending proposals to people who you can solve problems for and over deliver that value. You really need to be able to deliver a professional proposal. And the thing is, they might not go after the whole kit and caboodle today, right? They may not go after the whole package, you know, crack sealing, pothole repair, seal coating, striping. But maybe if you present a proposal that has all of that, but you have a note that says, we understand if you don't want to move forward with all of that, let's move forward with one of those services now. And let's get you in the door to at least take care of the main core problems of that pavement asset. That could be crack sealing and pothole repair. Let's just take care of the cavities in the teeth before we move on to the teeth whitening and, you know, the aesthetic adjustments, so to speak. But yeah, man, go after. Julie, when I said man, sorry about that. I meant woman. Yeah, but absolutely, you should absolutely go after it. Why not? All right, let's move on to another question. This is a statement actually from Vinny. Man, I appreciate you very much. Loving the RY10 gallon melter, buddy. Yeah, that's great, man. You know, we literally sell thousands of those machines a year. And so the RY10 Pro and the RY10, there's, you know, with equipment, you always deal with you want to make sure that you have a high performing machine, and it's not easy as asphalt retail suppliers in the equipment world to always make sure that they're all perfect, but we really do our best. In our customer service, we really try to back that up. If there's something that goes wrong, we always do our very best, and RhinoWorks has been really great in backing up warranty and stuff. So thank you for that feedback. And if anybody's interested in the RhinoWorks equipment, we definitely have that stuff. Crack sealing still totally on the table to finish off the season strong. It's a huge breadwinner right now. Crack sealing and infrared patching right now is like what you want to be doing right now prior to the snow and the ice coming in, setting in, you know, water getting into the cracks, freezing and heaving the asphalt, causing further deterioration. And sell that to your potential customers. Sell that, you know, those cavities need to get repaired before winter flies. Then in the spring, you can go and upsell them on the seal coating and striping if it's a parking lot. Do we have any shipping delays? We actually do have shipping delays depending on the piece of equipment. And yeah, it's been a very, very challenging year with components. As an example, Honda engines, like you can barely get your hands on a Honda GX engine. Titan, our stripers, we're like 4 to 6 weeks out on some sprayers. We do have some Powerliner 850s in right now that we had to pick up through another retailer and to be able to get to our audience, but and our customers. But I'll tell you that there are shipping delays on certain items. So I would say speak to one of your reps here at Asphalt Kingdom, or feel free to reach out to me on social media, and I'll let you know what is kind of on delay. But for the most part, all RhinoWorks equipment, crack sealing machines, the spray systems, we've been able to keep stock through an extremely challenging time with components. And we take pride in that. You know, we've worked really, really hard with RhinoWorks in making that happen and making sure we have the stock to be able to fulfill through that process. Let me scan through here. I'm going to go all the way. Did I vote Biden or Trump? Neither. I'm not an American citizen. I'm actually a Canadian citizen. I live in the Caribbean, so I didn't vote for neither. But I don't. I guess you know what? I won't make an asphalt of myself on that one. Chase, you've been researching starting your own asphalt repair business and seal coating business for several months now, and have been close to pulling the trigger on doing so, but reluctant with the drastic increase of equipment and supplies, increase of price. I'm assuming. The trickle effect's going to happen everywhere, right? You cannot continue to set a retail quoted price at the old quoted prices. If you have bids out and quotes out right now, I strongly recommend putting a time sensitivity attached to them, because the reality of it is your costs of material and equipment are going to be rising, and it's going to happen going forward. Does that mean that we should curl up in a fetal position and not move forward with an opportunity or business? Let's face it, asphalt maintenance is recession proof and pandemic resistant. I'll tell you that we've thrived through this time. And I know that, in our groups at USA Seal Coaters and different places, and just feedback at Top Contractor School, what we're hearing definitely is that people have been rammed with work this season. So I would say to you, I would strongly recommend moving forward with the business, as long as you're going to go out and be professional about it and make sure that your margins are nice and fat and healthy, and that you're able to scale your business and reinvest into it. I wouldn't not do it. I would chase it. Dreams are dreams. What are the other options that you have on the table? I would evaluate those too. If you have other business options and ideas, explore those. But I'll tell you, the asphalt maintenance world has been one that's been pretty interesting. Actually, I have my 21-year-old son right here. Come say what's up. Justin, you might see him on the YouTube channel at the National Pavement Expo, but like literally, what's going on, everyone? But this guy right here, like, when you probably remember me coming home with tar, like when you were like a year old.
For sure, I remember the smell.
The smell, but I mean, I raised him. He's raised on blacktop, man. You might know the guys at American Pavement, but I mean, he's raised on blacktop. I mean, we private school and good life and everything else, and here we are having this conversation. So I'm proud. This is something. It's a great business. I wouldn't slow down. If you have the drive, the passion, and dedication to do it, you should absolutely move forward with it, man. It's a great question you have. What does everybody do in the off season? You started a YouTube channel. It has some cool matting clips if anyone's interested. This is awesome. Yeah, I mean, you want to know something in the off season? It's a great opportunity for you to be able to get back into, like, thanks, Jama. To get back into your strategic planning and literally setting up your flywheel and your big, hairy, audacious goals that you're going to set for the next season. I would definitely recommend, setting that up so that you have a great year ahead. And if you want to communicate with me on that, I would be more than happy to talk about some things there. I love the idea of a YouTube channel. It's a fantastic idea. I mean, a lot of people are probably live right here on YouTube. It's a great opportunity for you to build maybe some influence in an area that you might be passionate about, you might have a hobby with. The other thing too is in the winter season, we have a lot of clients that have picked up an RY2X2 mini infrared machine from RhinoWorks, and it is a beautiful, small, compact machine. If you go to our YouTube channel and you type in RY2X2 winter pothole repair, it's interesting. We have a lot of clients that do emergency pothole repair in the winter, and they're making $95 a press. And it takes 7 minutes to do a heated press, and you can essentially rework the asphalt, and then you can compact it with a vibrating plate or a plate compactor. But you can think about shopping malls and gas stations and car washes and restaurants and hotels, motels. I mean, endless. There are parking lots everywhere, and potholes do arise in the winter, and they end up getting, filled with water, and then they have black ice, and somebody can slip and fall. It's a potential litigation issue that they might be up against, and you don't want anybody getting hurt, and you want that pavement to stay in the best shape possible. So it's important to repair those potholes. And we're having clients that go out and do 10 potholes a day. That's $950. The cost of propane on your RY2X2, and you have some, excuse me, you have some rejuvenator and some asphalt millings, and you literally go to town. We have a whole video on that on YouTube if you want to check it out. Or if my team can drop that link of that video in the chat, that would be pretty cool too. Here you go, Jay Hendricks, 68. I'm just starting out in the east here from the west coast. We did squeegee applied, but it seems spraying in my area is what people are doing. Is the brush method better? You want to know something? It's like it's a very common debate. You know, a lot of people like to do the brush application, and I'll tell you that I have a good buddy now, Greg Francis. He has a YouTube channel called Seal Coating His Life. Phenomenal channel. He does great work. He for the most part, he does, you know, brushing for residential. So for smaller projects, brush. But when you get into big parking lots, like 200,000 square foot type lots, even smaller than that, 50,000 square foot lots, spraying is a lot faster. And as long as you're doing a proper 2-coat application for those kind of large projects, I think that it's absolutely fine to do the spraying on large projects. I've sprayed my whole life, and you know, I've done brush, I've brushed sealer, I've done it every single way that you can imagine. And for certain applications, certain things are great, and others it's different, right? It's like a weed whacker is great in certain areas of a lawn, but you know, a lawnmower is better in others. And so, you know, if you choose to cut the whole lawn with a weed whacker and you're really good at it, cool. But it would be hard to cut a football field with a weed whacker, you know. Hopefully that helps. From Chris, Allie, what's up? Oh my gosh, I miss you guys, man. We have trained an employee in line striping, but what wise advice would you offer him to just starting out? He does have a goal of starting his own business. I'll tell you what, Billy Davidson, we actually market a course together, the How to Price a Line Striping course, and then he's got the All Pro Striping course. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, obviously, but Billy Davidson's been in the business for over 25 years. He's just an awesome guy. That 9-hour video training system is unbelievable. We sell a lot of them on Asphalt Kingdom's site. Drop that link in there if we can, Mercy. And yeah, the Billy Davidson All Pro, that's what I would do. I would invest money into a proper course that gives all the ins and outs, the pricing details, the how-tos, and the ways of really, you know, really doing it extremely well. I've got Rob McKenzie on. Rob, it's so good to be here with you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking the time. I know you were going curling, I believe, with your wife. So I'm stoked that you're here, man. Hey, Judd, when I'm trying to generate lists of multiple contacts, what's the best way to gather, organize, and send out email and follow-ups? It's such a good question, man. And I just erased it off my dry erase board up there, but we're working on some pretty cool campaigns right now. And I actually just shot a video yesterday about literally how to do this. And I've created the email templates, I've created the call scripts, I've created the workflow template, I've created the how to generate lists and leads. And that is, it's one of the great questions is, okay, well, I want to scale and grow my business, and I don't really want to knock on doors constantly because cold calling kind of sucks, you know what I mean? So I'll tell you that the way I recommend that you do it is as follows. First off, understand the workflow. If I want to do this, you know, why am I doing it? Why am I first out doing it? How am I going to do it? So if I do this, this will be the result. If that's the result, then I can achieve that or that. That can then lead to something else and so on. So that workflow is a very important first stage. I'll just tell you, in that workflow, the very first thing is list building. And how do you build a list of what I call prospect list of potential people that you can convert from a prospect to a lead, and then a lead to an MQL marketing qualified lead to a sales qualified lead, and then a sales qualified lead to a customer. And the way you do it is you go to like Upwork or Odesk or Fiverr. These are freelance platforms that you can go to, and you can hire people that can scrape data from the internet. So the one I shot yesterday was about storage facility, and that's coming soon. So check out our channel, subscribe to our channel, and click the ringy bell notification thing so that you get notified when we push out content, because that video is going to have huge impact on your business straight up for anybody that's wanting to scale and grow their business within their state or their municipality, county, etc. Upwork, you go there, there's data scrapers there, you tell them what you want. So I want name, first name, last name, email address, website, physical address of the property. You want to have that information, and all within this zip code, for example, or within this state, or nationwide, whatever you really want. And generally you're going to spend about 20 cents for every lead that prospect that they put into that Google sheet for you. And once you have that list, then it's a matter of you doing your Google AdWords. So your retargeting campaigns, you can upload that email list and you can now target them through Google AdWords. You can hit them on social media ads. You can send them out emails. You can phone them afterwards once you've warmed them up with really purpose-driven content that's speaking to them about the importance of maintaining their asphalt and why they should do it. And then you have a landing page from those ads. That landing page on your website would have structure about, providing them with a free pavement assessment, for example, a virtual free pavement assessment, and they fill out the form with their name, their email address. You get that again through a lead capturing solution that turns into what we call a marketing qualified lead. That marketing qualified lead, once that's in, you now have the ability to be able to communicate with that marketing qualified lead, right? Because they've expressed interest now in your business. They're not a prospect on that list anymore. They're interested. They turn now into a sales qualified lead where you have communication. That communication then goes to hopefully a proposal that you can deliver to them. Obviously, we've developed the Pavement Pro solution that allows you to create professional proposals through that system. You give them a proposal. You hope to close the deal. Of course, you do your following up. And guys, there's all kinds of different pieces of this that is in that video that I spoke about doing yesterday that you'll get on our YouTube channel here. Hopefully, if our marketing team can get it out, hopefully in the next 3 weeks or so. So stay tuned on our YouTube channel. It literally lays it all out. Rob, that was a long-winded way of answering the question, man. All right, guys, we've got about I'll do another 10 minutes or so and we'll rock and roll. All right, let's go here. Let me scroll up. There's lots of questions. Thank you so much, everybody, for all these questions, by the way. Yeah, the door knocking can be a challenge. There's no doubt at all. And you want to be careful with that too, with the door knocking. You want to make sure, and this is from Jason Allen, regarding the door knocking, it's really important that you have your solicitation permits if they even allow it. And that can be, that can be different with every municipality. And you want to make sure that you're speaking to your town hall or municipality about that before you go out and just do something that you could be fined about. You just don't want to go down a road that's not legal in your area. So don't do anything that you should not be doing. Make sure you're following what the rules are in your local area. Okay, I put heavy duty trash bags in my totes, then replace them every 5 days. Okay, sorry, I'm not sure if that's a question. Here we go. How in the world would we get into that? If you can post a little bit more about that, that would be great, so we can answer that question. In regards to licensing, a lot of people have asked, do you need a business license? And that it really breaks down to, it can break down to state, county, municipality, and I don't want to just generalize an answer on that. It really depends on your local area. And so you want to really speak with your municipal authorities about what is allowed and what's not allowed. We haven't broken that down into a chart yet. Maybe it's something on the horizon that we can do to help, cut to the chase there. But I would just call your local authorities and ask them the question of what it is that you need to do this properly so that you're set up for success. Don't ever do something that you shouldn't be doing. It's not worth it, right? Your reputation and you want to make sure that you're abiding by the law and your business isn't getting hurt because of that. Okay, let's look for some more questions. Here we go. How do you clean your tote systems? Yeah, it's a very good question. Very good question, and this is my username. How can you clean your tote system? Very important for longevity. It's so true. You know, if you were spraying with a tote spray system and you're just getting started in the business, because I honestly don't recommend that you keep a tote spray system forever. I really always recommend that there's an evolution to your growth. You know, there's this evolutionary process where you start with, you know, something that you can really afford from a budget perspective. You're able to get started on the right foot and you're able to grow from there. It's so important to reinvest into it. So if you are operating a tote spray system, just know that you don't have any paddle agitation inside the tank. You really just want to make sure that, you know, as the sealer settles into the bottom of that tote, you're going to have settling of the solids that are in the corners of that tote. And so it's important to get in there with a long piece of pipe and to clean out that sludge out of the corners, any of that the solids, you know, coal tar A's that's settling. You want to just move that out, give it some mixing. If you don't have a tote, you know, agitator that you can put through the top, they're pretty darn expensive. But if you can move those chunks out and get them moved around with that pipe, you know, that helps to keep the tote clean. And then what I would strongly recommend is you empty the sealer from that tote. Like, make sure that you're emptying the sealer from that tote as you're going through your season. And usually that tote, when you do empty it, it's good to give it a good flush, a water flush, and make sure that you're not just disposing of the dirty water into a yard or, you know, sewer or something. Make sure that you're using that sealer water, that murky water, compromised water. Make sure you're using that for dilution for your future concentrate loads that you might be filling into your tote. So you can reuse that water within the concentrate. Hopefully that helps, but you definitely want to clean that out. Jason Allen, in the winter I use my tote tanker. Oh, that's nice. That's good as a turd pumping machine. Okay, well, I won't waste my time on that one, but that's pretty cool if you do, man. That's a shitty job. So Chase, I've been working with an organization within our county for funding purposes, and one of the sections of the business plan I'm putting together is, where will the business be located? Can you tell me the pros and cons of off-site locations versus at your residence? You know, it's a great question, and I think it depends on the size of your residence. Like, I'm sure that Justin remembers, you know, we had an office, we had an off residence location. We had an office that I'd rented for very inexpensive with a big yard. And you know, I was able to get the equipment in there and wash it properly, clean it properly, and keep it in a good state. And it was off site, and it also had the marketing attached to it. So we had a sign out front, which was really good. And our staff liked being able to come to the yard. You remember that, J-Man? When, you know, and Il Perot, remember, with the steamrollers and all the trucks and everything?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the marketing and the team, it feels good to have a nice offsite location, but I think you'll grow into that if that's something maybe you can't afford out of the gate. I'm not saying that's the case, but if, let's say, you need to get started from your residence as a starting point, and you have enough, you know, you have ample space to be able to do that, start there and grow into you know, an offsite location where you can market and have a team that comes there and feels like it's the business place versus your house. You don't want, you know, your name of your company necessarily right on your house, so to speak, and people knocking on your doors or something like that, right? So hopefully that helps answer your question a little bit. Okay, what else do we got here? We got lots of questions, guys. Thank you so much for all these questions. Yeah, we do work with Able Industries quite hand in hand. So Mark McLeod is a very good personal friend of mine. He's an incredible guy. We are a distributor for Maintenance Inc. for all their Gator Patch, as well as their fortifiers, their FSAs, and they also manufacture our air-operated spray systems. So, you know, our Promax systems, our AK300 Duramax systems, all of those are manufactured by Able. They're phenomenal company. And Mark McLeod's a stand-up guy. He's been in the industry for a lot longer than I've been alive, and we speak pretty much daily. He's a great guy. I didn't see the question prior to that, Eric. So I'm sorry, I didn't see the question before. But yeah. Okay, wanted to know how we go about getting contacts with companies. It's a great question. You can do it manually. Nowadays, you can pretty much do it online through Google. So if you're wanting to look up a business name, you can usually go to LinkedIn. You can usually go to Google and just literally search for the person's name. And that is one way of doing it. It's a very tedious, time-consuming thing. Personally, I think that your time might be better spent out doing work and on the road giving out solid proposals from leads that might have shown interest in getting that proposal. And so what I would say is go to Upwork, Odesk, or Fiverr, these freelance platforms, and find a person there, a freelancer that can do the actual scraping and list building for you. And what you'll find is that they'll give you, let's say for the state of Alabama, they could give you all of the storage facilities for the state of Alabama. And you'll have their name, number. I said it earlier in this live, but you can get all their contact information and then work that workflow that I spoke about as well. Can you get a discount code for our website, seeing as we are the real ones watching? Yeah, I mean, listen, honestly, I'm about to say yes. I would say click the link that is in the feed right here. Mercy is adding the link. There it is right there. You guys can see it on the screen. It will be in the comments boxes and the threads. Click that link. Please pin it to team. Pin it to the top of the comments. We will offer a 5% discount to anybody who submits their information through that URL. And I will honor that, and I will honor it until November 1st, because I'll tell you that right now we're dealing with serious price things that are on the horizon, everybody. We are about to see price increases happen again from a lot of the raw materials that are skyrocketing price-wise. So if you're planning on making a move into this business and you're wanting to get it at a lower rate, now's the time to make that move. We've also added financing. We have a financing partner called ClickLease. So if you go to any of our product pages or our package pages, I believe it's anything over $1,000 or $500. I'm not exactly sure. Mercy, if you could add that into the comments, but I think it's somewhere in around there. You can get financing from ClickLease, and it's like instant. They're really, really awesome. We actually had like 4 applications approved today for big packages, and it's nice to see those financing deals come through, because you can see like a $13,000 package come in, and the person's only paying $300 a month, and we know at $300 $300 how fast you can earn that, right? It could be literally 2 boxes of crack filler can earn that payment, and the rest is gravy for the month. So think about making those investments now, everyone, because you will see the trickle effect from all the shipping price increases that are taking place. It will move onto the shelf. You make contracts, looking for how you get bids with franchises or bigger companies. Yeah, like national accounts and stuff. It's one of the most awesome questions that I love to answer. And the straight up answer is that the majority of people don't even try. Like, not even try, right? And so if you're looking to get into a franchise, or you're looking to get into a national, let's say YMCA National, for example, I would literally go to a location and speak with the franchise owner and let them know that you'd love the ability to be able to do some work for them, and you're really looking at growing and scaling your business, and you'd love to know how maybe they can connect you with other franchise owners in the state. And what you'll find is you may not be able to go national right away, but what you'll do is create that kind of viral effect that will start with doing one project with a franchise owner and operator or owner, and then they'll be able to connect you with other people that they know. Start with the nucleus and work outbound from that and scale it that way. I'll give you an example. We work with YMCA National, 2,700 locations, and we started with a guy named Doug up in the Northeast, and he had called our company asking about some stuff, and I chatted with him, had a great conversation. Then he started connecting the dots as soon as I asked. A lot of the time we hesitate to just speak and ask the question and actually stay disciplined in really going for what it is that we're set out to do. I hear a lot of people that say that they want to go after, the goal, let's say, of $1 million. Well, are they putting out enough proposals to get there? Are they knocking? Are they knocking on enough of their proposals that they've handed out? Knocking on their doors again, asking for that, doing that follow up and asking for the close. It's really something that I'll say is stay motivated and disciplined to achieve the goal. We're having a very different month here at Asphalt Kingdom because of the shortages and stuff, especially paint's been wild. But our goal is our goal, and nothing's going to back that down. And yesterday we were a little bit behind our goal. And today I set out with our team. We had our executive huddle, and it was like, here's what we need to do, strategize, and let's go after a goal and really make that happen. So I would go after it, speak to people and scale it. How often do we go live? I'm glad it's been helpful to you. I think we're going to go live a lot more. I think we're going to probably do like an Ask Me Anything. I don't know, we'll probably start doing it once a month. And if it gets more popular, we'll probably do it once a week. And hopefully it helps a lot of people out. Everybody, we're out of time for now. I really, really appreciate everybody coming on here with me. And I'm glad you're taking notes, man. And I'm my mission, I'll tell you, everybody, like truly my mission in life right now is with our team is to be a lighthouse for everybody. Like I truly want a better life for everybody that's on here. And I've been able to build a really, really beautiful life. I've got, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 21-year-old that we've been, they're raised on blacktop, and it's a beautiful industry. And networking with people in the inner circle and creating these circles that are right for you, You're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with the most, as the old saying goes. So hang around with some great freaking people, and some great results come from that, But we're here to help. Our whole team is here to help. We're not in it just to sell equipment and supplies. We're in it because we really, really, truly care about your success, and we're eager to continue to impact this industry positively. Our marketing teams are working on such incredible things, content, blog posts, just a lot of stuff. So subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us everywhere on social media, and we'll always do our best to give you that power-packed value that allows you to grow and scale your business and, of course, create a better life for yourself. For now, thank you for tuning in, and we're going to check out of here. I'm going to have our team close this off right now. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on the next AMA.